Without question, the formation and dominance of factions have shaped the landscape of the WWE. Whether you hated them, feared them, or absolutely loved them, they are the driving force behind many of the most compelling storylines in WWE history. To measure a faction's greatness, factors like significance, creativity, iconic moments, accolades, and in-ring work must be considered. But which faction was the best? In this video, that's what we'll be counting down: the top 10 factions in WWE history. If it's your first time to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more WWE-related content. Without further ado, let's get started. At number 10, we have the Ministry of Darkness. The Ministry of Darkness is the most sinister faction in WWE's history, infamous for their chilling acts. Highlights include a live satanic ritual on Monday Night Raw, transforming Dennis Knight into Midian, and the notorious Black Wedding, which saw Undertaker kidnap Stephanie McMahon in a failed marriage attempt. They also gruesomely suspended WWE superstars in a crucifix position on Undertaker's dark symbol. The faction featured members like Bradshaw, Farouk, Edge and Christian, Gangrel, Viscera, and Paul Bearer. Under the terrifying leadership of The Undertaker, this faction remains one of WWE's most compelling arcs. Unfortunately, their legacy diminished when they merged with Vince McMahon's corporation to form the Corporate Ministry. At number 9, we have the Nation of Domination. A key faction from the Attitude Era, the Nation of Domination made a bold statement celebrating their identity. Led by Ron Simmons as Farouk beginning in 1996, their aesthetic mirrored the Black Panthers, famously using their fists in the air salute. Farouk was the one spectacular character, but his original crew lacked spark and excitement until the arrival of The Rock. He replaced the injured Ahmed Johnson and brought charisma to the team, complementing Kama Mustafa, later known as the Godfather, and D'Lo Brown. After winning the Intercontinental Championship, The Rock's confidence soared, leading to him belittling Farouk in promos and seizing control of the nation. With standout moments from Mark Henry and Owen Hart, the faction ultimately dissolved in November 1998 due to The Rock's growing stature in WWE. Coming in at number 8, the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart teamed up with his former tag team partner, Owen Hart, as well as Brian Pillman and Davey Boy Smith to create the Hart Foundation, a critical faction that challenged American ideals and played a crucial role in WWE's transition to the Attitude Era. Frustrated by mistreatment and backlash from fans, the Hitman formed the Hart Foundation after defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. That year in 1997, the Hart Foundation intensified its rivalry with Austin, culminating in a memorable 5-man tag team match, the Hart Foundation versus Team Austin, consisting of Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and the Legion of Doom at Canadian Stampede in Calgary. Although the tragic passing of Pillman and the Montreal Screwjob ended their run, the Hart Foundation would achieve remarkable success in a short period of time. Next up at number 7, the Undisputed Era. Beginning in 2017 through the early 2020s, the Undisputed Era transformed NXT into must-see television. Comprising of top independent wrestlers, including Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, this faction consisted of not only great wrestlers on screen, but they also embraced the villain role well. Their entrances, set to high-energy Rage Against the Machine-style music, were events alone, especially at NXT TakeOver specials. At one point, they held all the male championships, Cole as NXT champion, O'Reilly and Fish as NXT Tag Team champions, and Strong as NXT North American champion. They also made history by winning the first-ever WWE War Games match, solidifying their dominance and turning War Games into an annual NXT spectacle. The Undisputed Era left an indelible mark on the NXT brand and will never be forgotten. At number 6, the Judgment Day. Following Edge's feud with AJ Styles at WrestleMania 38, the Judgment Day was formed featuring Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Finn Balor. However, it took less than 3 months for the group to turn on Edge, ultimately recruiting Dirty Dominic Mysterio and solidifying their status as a dominant faction on Monday Night Raw. The Judgment Day's success has been tantamount. Rhea has become one of wrestling's most popular stars, while Dominic has been able to reach status as one of the most hated villains in WWE history. Priest has turned into a credible world heavyweight champion, and both Carlito and R-Truth provide comedy to the group's more serious tone. With JD McDonough now established on the main roster and Baylor poised as the next leader, the faction remains strong. After SummerSlam 2024, Priest and Ripley were ousted, as each of them embark on successful solo careers, leaving a revamped Judgment Day ready to create even more chaos. At number 5, next up, we have Evolution. In the mid-2000s, at the height of his dominance, Triple H formed Evolution with wrestling icon Ric Flair and rising stars Randy Orton and Dave Bautista. Their Titantron entrance, featuring fast cars, helicopters, and lavish attire, created unforgettable moments during their heyday. Each member of Evolution is either in the WWE Hall of Fame or destined to be. Probably the greatest output to come out of Evolution was the introduction of Randy Orton as the Legend Killer. This persona remains an all-time classic. The legacy of Evolution continues to shine, cementing their status as one of wrestling's most iconic factions. Coming in at number 4, The Shield. Formed in 2012, The Shield combined 3 distinct personalities: Dean Ambrose's unpredictable energy, Seth Rollins' athleticism, and Roman Reigns' unmatched charisma. Their backstage promos had a raw, menacing energy, while their entrance through the crowd added to their covert, SWAT team-like vibe. Their attacks felt poignant and vicious, creating realism in every one of their matches. Iconic 6-man battles against teams like the Wyatt family, Evolution, and Undertaker's crew captured fans' imaginations. At Money in the Bank 2016, all 3 men held WWE Championship gold on the same night, a historic feat. Their influence has endured for years, as their music and references to Seth Rollins' iconic chair, shot back in 2013, still resonate to this day. At number 3, The New Day. The New Day was able to overcome early setbacks to become one of most beloved factions in WWE history. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E developed a bond so genuine and endearing that fans could feel their camaraderie through the screen. Amid the bleakest creative times in WWE, The New Day provided some of the most joyful moments of the last decade. They also helped elevate 2 of WWE's few Black World Champions: Kofi Kingston's historic WWE Championship win at WrestleMania 35, and Big E's emotional title victory over Bobby Lashley in 2021 were milestones in wrestling history. We also can't forget Xavier Woods. His charisma and unmatched energy, including those gyrating hips and trombone-playing skits, were a huge part of the New Day's success. Though the New Day may be past its prime, their legacy and unforgettable moments, especially against the Usos, remain cherished by fans. At number 2, D-Generation X. DX coming in at number 2 can be seen as criminal to some, but you all know who's coming in at number 1. But before we get there, let's not forget the transcendent faction of D-Generation X. Led by Shawn Michaels and Triple H, DX became a cultural force that transcended wrestling in the 1990s. Their rebellious antics, including recruiting Mike Tyson, mocking the Nation of Domination, and famously invading WCW Nitro with a tank, define the most popular era in WWE history, the Attitude Era. The iconic "suck it" gesture became a global phenomenon. DX's success lies in their ability to stay universally popular across multiple iterations. The original boundary-pushing faction, with Michaels, Triple H, Chyna, and Rick Rude, gave way to a more dominant version led by Triple H, featuring the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, and Tori. Later, the duo of Michaels and Triple H rekindled the group's magic. Each phase created unforgettable moments, both inside and outside the ring, leaving a lasting imprint on not just the WWE, but pop culture in general. Finally, at number 1, we have the Bloodline. No faction in WWE history can match the impact and legacy of the Bloodline. Featuring Roman Reigns, the Usos, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and even The Rock, their collective work has produced some of the most compelling moments in WWE history. For over 3 years, the Bloodline has headlined every WrestleMania, resurrected The Rock's wrestling career, and made Roman Reigns the longest-reigning WWE champion of the modern era, with a historic 1,316-day title run. The faction's success is a driving force behind WWE's commercial and critical rise, blending long-term storytelling with explosive action. Though they began under Vince McMahon, the current iteration of the Bloodline, led by Triple H, continues to dominate. With new developments already underway post-WrestleMania 40, the Bloodline will remain at the top of the company for years and years to come. And there you have it, the top 10 factions in WWE history. Did I miss any? Do you have anyone else over the Bloodline? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And make sure to subscribe to this channel for more WWE-related content.